Hey guys, so it was a massive job, but I am finally settled into my new place here, barring a few boxes that still need to be unpacked. But I've set my new studio up and I am ready to get into 2019. I think it's going to be like a fantastic year for film. There's a lot of great films that are coming out that I'm really excited about. Of course, we'll get to that at the right time, but I think before getting into 2019, I think it's really important to go back and check out 2018. What I've done is I've picked a best movie and also a worst movie for 2018. So yes, I know I'm a little late getting to this video, but along with the recent move, which of course if you've moved you know how big of a job it is, I also had to make sure that I had seen all the films for the year before making my selection. And some of you guys might be thinking too, hey Timsy, why don't you do a top 10 best list and a top 10 worst list? And look, I actually started off in that direction, but truth be told here, I actually felt it was a little bit disingenuous to go in that direction. Reason being, although it was a solid year for film, I actually felt that a lot of the films that I ended up seeing and reviewing usually sort of petered around the 2.5 to 4 star particular range. And look, it's just one of those things where I actually felt there were a lot of films that I saw this year that are not either excellent enough or they're not either terrible enough to end up on a top 10 list. And look, the other reason, of course, is that I actually enjoyed the challenge of going this direction because I could only pick one best film and I could only pick one worst film. So that's a pretty cool challenge too. Okay, here we go, the best movie of 2018. And of course, I had a few films that were on this particular list here, but after revisiting all of these films, it became clear that my pick was going to be Hereditary, written and directed by Ari Aster and starring Toni Collette, Gabriel Byrne, and Alex Wolff. Hereditary is easily one of the best horror films I've seen in some time, with a razor-sharp focus in many areas of filmmaking. Ari Aster's superb writing and direction really creates characters that we care about first and foremost, and then puts them in a really hopeless situation. And instead of relying on tropes of the modern horror film genre like terrible jump scares, for example, which I really hate in films, guys, by the way, instead, Ari Aster goes in a completely different direction here by really using excellent sound design, camera work, a fantastic soundtrack, great cinematography, and excellent performances from its cast. Every scene is carefully constructed here, guys, in what it shows and what it doesn't show as well, in use of camera work and cinematography, and also editing as well. And when speaking about the camera work and editing, often what Hereditary really relies on in the way it's shot is just relying on a single camera panning. And what this does is it's really effective in not breaking the tension in certain moments of this film, which is just excellent filmmaking in my opinion. And as I said, there's some excellent performances in this movie as well, particularly Toni Collette. So when you couple all those things together, Hereditary is easily one of the best films of 2018. Do I have to do this? Alright guys, here we go. 2018's worst film. And look, I think 2018 was a pretty solid year for film all around, guys. There were some really great films that came out, but my gosh, there were some stinkers as well. So yes, I definitely had a few films that were, on the short list for worst film of the year, but after going back and having a think about it, there can only be one, and my pick is Holmes and Watson. Now look guys, there is something to be said about a movie that Netflix wouldn't even pick up after disastrous test screenings. And look, Sony Pictures, not content with chucking this film to the bottom of the ocean floor, which is probably what they should have done, to be honest. Instead, they decided to release this film in theaters for some reason. There's no believable setup. There's no sharp writing. There's not even a hint of any characterization in this film whatsoever, guys. It's really just Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly doing bad material for 90 minutes that's not even fit for deleted scenes on a DVD. Masturbation and toilet jokes are plentiful here, guys, while scenes like Reilly taking a selfie with the Queen are completely dead weight. It's the response of crickets chirping while I was watching this in the cinema. But there's no payoff to any of the setups in this film, guys, and Coen never really finds the balance with these characters to decide how dumb they actually are, as they're often shifting their smarts from scene to scene. So there's never any consistency with the humor here that's on display, and it's a total embarrassment to watch John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell so off their game. This film commits the biggest sin of any comedy, and that is that it's just not funny. So I didn't laugh once, guys. Instead, I got angry at this film, and you can probably tell I'm still a little bit angry about this film because I only recently just saw it. But it drags the talents of Bryden, Laurie, and Fiennes, who are tremendous actors, into the wake of this film's stupidity. And the only silver lining I can hope for with this film is that the paychecks were attractive for these guys, because it's terrible watching them in this film. The other thing, guys, with Holmes and Watson, as you might be aware, it's been generating a lot of buzz for its many walkouts during screenings. And sure enough, there were 5 guys behind me, 5 or 6 guys, I think, that were behind me in the cinema. And at the half an hour mark, they walked out. I really should have gone with them.
What the hell was that?
So guys, that's mine, but what's your picks for best and worst film in 2018? Be sure to let me know in the comments below. And of course, if you dug this, don't forget to flick a like and subscribe. Hit that little notification bell as well so you never miss a video update. And guys, I am so looking forward to 2019. I think it's going to be a tremendous year for film. Be sure to check out my review for Glass, which is part of the Unbreakable trilogy, which I'm really looking forward to seeing and reviewing very shortly. And of course, many movie reviews coming along the way as well. Some big plans this year. Guys, don't forget, a weekend watching movies is a weekend well spent. Thanks for watching.